Leo, welcome to your monthly reading for August. I hope you all are doing well. Let's jump in, see what August has in store for you guys. If you're interested in booking a personal reading with me, please see all of the booking information in the description box below. I would love to give you guys a reading. I have really enjoyed connecting with you guys so far. All right, Leo, let's jump in, see what's in store for August. Okay, I have overcoming obstacles. You can overcome anything. Okay, this is a very Leo energy. Okay, this is a very determined energy of just saying, hey, have the confidence in knowing that if there's any obstacles that are now presenting themselves to you or have been presenting themselves to you in the recent past or in the present energies, know that you can overcome those obstacles. Okay, so sometimes, obstacles we like to see them as, times where, we just need to kind of stop. And then we get frustrated and we don't really know what to do. So then we just kind of get stuck, but we're not really stuck. We just need to find a way around. Okay. So let's keep diving further into this, Leo, see what I can get from the energies here for August. Okay. I have the wellspring. What are you thirsty for? Body care and take a breath. Okay. So if you've been dealing with some challenges lately, Leo, it's okay. You need to take time to just kind of take a step back, disengage from the chaos, and allow yourself to kind of, get down into a calmer state where you can calm down the energies, calm down the mind, and allow yourself to rest and rejuvenate. Okay. So sometimes, like I said, when we're, facing a lot of obstacles or challenges in our life, we can get very frustrated. Okay. Especially if you've got a bit of a fiery energy there. Okay. So, it's easy to get a little bit frustrated by those things because you might be used to being able to really overcome obstacles and challenges and you're a go-getter and you got that fiery energy and confidence. But what this is saying is that, sometimes we come up against a lot of obstacles and we get a little worn out. And so sometimes in order to see our way around those obstacles, it's not just kind of charging our way through, which, is sometimes called for, but this sounds like it's a time where it's being called for not to just charge through that obstacle and burst through it, but, to take time to disengage, take a step back, give yourself time to rest and rejuvenate because you've been through a lot right now and you need to be able to have the energy in order to be able to move forward. If there's, an obstacle that you're facing now, you need to be able to find your way around it. Okay. And because you might be tired or exhausted or done with kind of dealing with so many challenges, you might need to take that rest in order to build up your energy so that you can get more clear on what direction to take and how to get around that specific obstacle. Or you may be just kind of tired from the obstacles and you need to regain your strength and energy so that you can then move forward into new things. Okay. So let's keep going into this, Leo. So far, just be strong there and know that things will work out, but honor yourself, honor what you've been through, honor how far you've come, and, all of these challenges and obstacles that you faced, and that it's okay to take a rest. I know that's easier said than done, but, it's okay to take a rest and take time out for yourself. Okay. And this is what's being called for here. I have breathe in, practice breath work today. Again, this is just taking time to get centered, get grounded. Okay. You need to calm a little bit of that fiery energy down and, use your skills and abilities to maybe meditate, maybe go for a walk, maybe go for a drive, whatever it is that allows you to kind of take a step back and disengage from the world and its chaos. This is what it's asking you to do so that you can get into a clear heart and mind space so that you can find your way around any obstacles or you can then recharge from any obstacles that you've just faced and overcome and have now moved to the other side of. Okay. Let's keep going here, Leo. Okay, I have a couple coming out here. I have the confidence. I honor all that I have done to make me who I am today. And I have the future. I plan for the future with respect for the unexpected. Okay, again, this is kind of along the lines of what I was just saying to you, Leo. You have the confidence, you have the ability to get through hard things. You need to take time to really honor and respect how far you've come, the challenges you've faced so far in life, and where you are today. Okay, you fought for that. And this is just saying here that you honor the future, you honor and respect the fact that new, better things that will come into play if you've come to any kind of loss or things have fallen away in your life. Okay, anything that's been posing a challenge or an obstacle to you is basically just making you stronger. It's getting you more resilient and your ability to be strong and make it through anything. Okay, so this is saying I look positively to the future and I honor that from which I've came. Let's take a look at the overall energies for August for you, Leo. See what's happening here. Okay, overall energy for August, please. I have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so this, says a lot to me, Leo. This may not be necessarily in the month of August, but it could be. But, we had a lot of challenging, things taking place here in the month of July where a lot of things were coming to an end. And we're calling for our attention to walk away from anything that no longer served our highest good. Now, this doesn't mean it's easy, okay? So it's going to be easy for me to kind of, toss all this out here in a reading. But I know that these changes, these challenges, these obstacles that we're facing of moving away and making these hard decisions, are not easy at all. Okay, so you might be very worn out, and this is saying honor how far you've come, honor what you have accomplished. It's not hard to walk away from things that either we're no longer in alignment for us, or just no longer satisfying to us, or we're extremely harmful and detrimental to us. Whatever it is that you've moved away from, you're clearly moving in a more positive direction, and you need to be looking into the future, not looking back. Okay, because you're just not going that way, Leo. Okay, so stop looking in that rearview mirror if you tend to find yourself kind of stepping back into the past here and what's gone on, focus on the future and know that this is an opportunity, because whatever is meant for you will not pass you by, and it will not fall away. Okay, so things that are no longer in alignment for you because you're likely leveling up into a new timeline, you need to, they need to kind of fall away to make room for the new. Okay, so I know that this is very challenging for you, but know that you can get through this. Okay, you can do hard things. Let's take a look at the beginning of August, see what the energy is coming into it. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so this is an energy where maybe you are either contemplating this walking away here in the month of August, and you're now really assessing things right now in your world. You're assessing what's good, what's fruitful, what's prosperous, what you'd like to keep around and take into the future for you. And you're also evaluating what is kind of a weed in my garden, what is sucking the life out of my flowers, out of my happiness, out of my joy, out of my world, and what can I get rid of. Okay, so that you can then determine what weeds to pull out of that garden of your experience of life, so that you can make it a happy one. Okay, so either you have already walked away from these things, or they've walked away from you, or this is you in a current state of making this decision now here in the month of August. Okay, especially with the Seven of Pentacles, you're either reevaluating things and deciding where you want to go into the future and what you want to invest time and energy into here now that you've walked away, or this is an energy where some of you are likely going to be contemplating actually walking away from some situations. Okay, let's take a look at the middle of August, see what the energies are like. The middle of August, I have the Page of Pentacles. Again, this is getting that idea, okay? So whatever situation you're in, place it where it fits, okay? This is a general reading for you guys, but this, can be applicable still in the same way of the foundation of what it is, okay? Whether you guys are coming out from having already left those things behind into the month of July, and now it's coming into the month of August, or you are contemplating this, okay? So either you're going to get an idea of what you now want to create and put time and energy into, and you're eager for that new energy, and you're going to start to invest, that new time into something new. Or this is going to be able to get an idea of, yes, this is the decision that I'm making, and this is what I need to do here. Okay, so this could play out in a couple of different ways in the middle of August here, so place it as it will. Okay, let's take a look at the end of August, see how it comes out. I have Judgment here. Okay, I have Judgment here saying that you're going to make a very significant decision here. Okay, so like I said, either you've left the situation already, and this is a judgment call to say, this is me taking action in a whole new direction. I'm answering the call to fully go into that new direction, even though it was hard to process, even though it was hard to leave behind. I'm now embracing it and seeing it as an opportunity toward the middle of that month, and then toward the end of the month, you're really coming to that crossroads of being called to the new. Okay, and you're answering that call to your higher self to say it's time to go into a new timeline. It's time to kind of leave that stuff behind and look to the future. Stop looking at the past. Okay, or if you're in this energy in August where you are starting to contemplate and you're coming to the conclusion of leaving this behind, this Judgment card for by the end of the month means you're going to have an answer. You're going to know exactly what you need to do for your highest good. Okay, and you're going to make that change, you're going to make that decision, and you're going to move in that direction here with the Judgment card. It's a very significant pivotal choice point for you, where you need to answer the inner call of your soul, of your heart. You know what you need to do here and make that right decision. Okay, let's take a look at some advice for you, Leo. Some advice is the Knight of Cups. It's saying just go easy on yourself, okay? Enter into that heart space and love yourself. Be gentle and kind with yourself. Again, when this is honoring where you've come from, how far you've come, and how strong and resilient you are with these changes, it means honor yourself, okay? Dip down into the heart space and be willing to take that journey of the heart. You need to go in a direction that is very fulfilling to you. So with the overall energy here being the Eight of Cups, this Knight of Cups with you entering into that journey of the heart, entering into a space of loving yourself, being kind to yourself and putting yourself first, is saying, here's the Nine of Cups. Okay. So that Nine of Cups brings that ninth cup of joy and happiness and wish fulfillment into a life that is more emotionally feeling fulfilling to you. Okay. So here it is. Just be open-hearted, be open-minded, and make sure that you're making new decisions on the path that you're going on with the heart space. Okay. Not the mind. Don't let the mind play tricks on you. Okay. Let's take a look at what's hidden in August. Maybe something you're not seeing you'd find helpful. I have the King of Wands here, Leo. Okay, so this is a beautiful fiery energy for you. This is your, element here. And this is saying what's hidden here is that you are stronger than you realize. You can do these things. You can overcome these hard obstacles, but you need to believe it. I have the Devil here at the bottom of the deck, and this is saying that whatever it is that you're leaving behind became very toxic. It became very chained, very wrapped up in, and very hard to get out of. This devil-like energy, whatever it may be, addiction, relationships, jobs, whatever it is that you're unhooking and unchaining yourself from and moving forward, just was really toxic for you, and it really wasn't doing you good. It wasn't your dream come true. It wasn't very emotionally fulfilling to you. And this is saying that you're stronger than you realize, and you have all that you need in order to move forward, but you need to have the confidence in believing that and taking action in that direction, okay, where you're led to go. That's heartfelt on that journey of the heart to the new. Let's take a look and a peek into September, just to kind of see what might, be playing out here in September, okay? I have the Three of Swords coming in September, but this is a really good card. This isn't saying that it's necessarily going to lead a heartbreak. For those of you who have already left this kind of energy behind, whatever situation this was that kind of turned toxic, it's saying that you're going to begin to heal that heart, okay? You're going to enter into this month where, the month of September, after all of these decisions have been made, after you've decided to move forward and remove yourself from these situations, you're going to enter into a state where, yes, you're going to experience some heartbreak and some loss and some disappointment, but you need to be careful and be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself and know that you've come a long way. You had a lot of courage. It took a lot of strength in order to make these hard decisions, but you chose yourself. And so even though it's heartbreaking at the time to make those decisions and make those changes and leave those situations behind, it's saying that you will heal from this, okay? And so those of you who are entering into a stage where, you already left those things behind and you're coming into August where you've already processed some of those things, you're kind of still in the middle of, processing through everything, seeing, what you've been through, moving through the sadness and grief and whatever emotions you had to cull through that. It's saying that, you are going to be in a space here in September where you're going to be over that heartbreak and you're going to be looking forward to the new. Here I have the Justice card on the bottom of the deck, Leo, and this is just saying, things will balance out. You will begin to look back and see this situation as being right and fair and just, and that you made the right decision for yourself, okay? So as long as you're making decisions from the heart, what feels good to you, it's either a soul yes or it's a soul no. Okay. And if you're making soul yes decisions and saying no to that which doesn't feel good to you, then you're going to make things kind of come into balance here by choosing yourself and getting in alignment with your authentic truth and self. And so then things will begin to align for you to move you into that new timeline and bring forth new opportunities for you. Okay, Leo? So I hope you found this reading to be helpful. And until I see you again, take care.